Train to Busan is a South Korean zombie film. You don't hear that much often. So the film basically tells the story of a neglectful parent, namely this fund manager, who is trying to do right by his daughter. His wife left him because he works too hard. Maybe he's a little bit on the shady side, and his daughter really wants to see her mother, who lives on the south side of South Korea, which is I think about 500-600 kilometers south. I'm not very good with Korean geography. I apologize. So the father decides to fulfill his daughter's birthday wish by accompanying her on this bullet train ride from Seoul to Busan. Needless to say, strange things happen, and this weird passenger gets onto this train, and then all hell breaks loose. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a particularly big fan on zombie films. I'm not really into the whole zombie craze, zombie TV, whatever. But I did enjoy George A. Romero's films, at least the earlier films. Let's not talk about Survival of the Dead or Diary of the Dead. I liked Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead. Those three films were great. They were excellent films. And I did like Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead. I did like 28 Days, 28 Weeks Later. Those were some solid films. But after that, I think it got repetitive in my opinion. Like, it focused too much on this, post-apocalyptic doom and gloom, or we gotta survive. One of us has to take one for the team. One of us is gonna betray us. A little bit of that melodrama that is too wrung out. I mean, I'm okay with melodrama, but when it's too wrung out for the sake of drama, then you lost me. So The Walking Dead lost me. So yeah, when I heard good stuff coming from both the Koreans and the Americans, I thought, maybe this could be up to something. Korean cinema has been pretty good for years. I'm not joking. Korean cinema, not confusing it with Korean music and Korean pop, both of which are not my thing at all. If you like them, that's your thing. I'm not going to comment on that. But Korean cinema, or Han cinema, whatever you want to call it, they can come up with some pretty good stuff. I have to say, so when they take on the zombie genre, it's bound to be something. And as I said, not really a fan of zombie films. I take them as they come. Whatever comes at me, I'll just take it. And in my opinion, I think this is one of the best zombie films we've had in a recent while. This is a really fun, really exciting, really well-made zombie film. Not just zombie film, an action film in particular. It's everything from once the action starts from the get-go. It's non-stop excitement. It's well acted. It's well written. It's well directed. Very well shot. Very well edited. This director, I can't really pronounce his name properly. I apologize. But he knew what he was doing here. He had complete control. He took bits and pieces from some of the earlier zombie stuff I told you about, and he just combined them all together, and he put his own style with it, that South Korean flavor of dark humor, ironic humor, and some really, really cruel melodrama added into the mix. And it makes some really good entertainment, some really good scenes, heart-pounding, heart-wrenching, nail-biting scenes. If Hollywood got their hands on this film, it'll be just another cheap, sentimental Hollywood fluff, sprinkled. And I'm looking at you, World War Z. You disappointed me. This is the movie World War Z wishes it was. I can't really say much about the film than what I've just said, because it really is quite a good film. Without spoiling anything, I mean, this is probably the best zombie film since 28 Weeks Later. And that came out in 2007. That's almost 9 years ago. This one really took me by surprise. I was blindsided by this film, honest to goodness. I'm not much on the whole Asian horror craze. I'm not much on the whole zombie craze either. And I'm surprised at how really well made this film is, and how exciting it was. Nail-biting tension. You could see the camera move slowly, glide slowly across the roof as you see these zombies in a corridor just shambling around, and the characters are all hiding in the baggage compartment, just crawling to safety. That's a really exciting scene. And the music really reminded me of Romero's films, just that hum, dum, that two-note hum. This builds slowly. In Dawn of the Dead had that, Day of the Dead had that. Now this, this director really paid good tribute to Romero. I'm not sure what Mr. Romero would think if he saw this film, but coming from a person who enjoyed the first 3 zombie films Romero made, I think, I think his followers will find this a seal of approval, even if the film is really humanist at times. I mean, this is a strongly written film. It kind of is like a survival film in which the human spirit triumphs despite all odds. It's quite inspirational. It's quite emotional. You don't get that much in zombie films. Genuine heartfelt emotion in a zombie film, that's not natural. Okay, that's not really natural. That's something. Okay, final verdict, 8.5 out of 10 stars. That's my rating. I think this is definitely one of the best films of the year. Definitely one of the best horror films of the year. It's a very good year for horror this year. I mean, we had The Witch, we've had Before I Wake. I really enjoyed this one a lot. This will be out in Malaysia, I think, on the 8th of September, I believe, but there were sneak previews, so I managed to catch one this weekend, and the audience enjoyed it. The audience loved it. I think you guys will love it. So this is definitely worth a theater ticket, full price. I might even buy the Blu-ray when it's out. That's how good it is. So guys, if you've already seen the film, if you're from America or Korea or from wherever around the world, let me know what you think of the film. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Why do you like it? Why do you hate it? If you have any comments, any zombie film recommendations you might give me, just comment below and subscribe to my channel, because there'll be more of this stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys.